Day 3 in the French Revolution. The goal of today's excursion is to learn about the executions during the French Revolution. Let's go. Oh, I didn't see you there. Executions in the French Revolution were not only a form of capital punishment, but also a big event for the people around. Executions were normally done to the worst of criminals in the lower class. They were also often very dramatic and theatrical, and resembled the crime the criminal committed. In the case of some murderers, the hand used to kill the victim would be cut off and hung around the murderer's neck all the way to the execution site. People weren't completely inhumane, however. At the scene of the execution, the executioner would list off the crimes against the criminal and justify the reason for killing them. There were some large-scale executions that were an important part of French culture, one of them being the auto da fe, which was a representation of the Day of Judgment. Crikey! What's over there? Quick! Why, this appears to be the remnants from one of the auto da fe executions. This is the cloak, part of the auto da fe, called the San Benito. Executions weren't only for the lower class, but they were a little bit different for the higher-ups. For example, priests who had committed crimes against the church would be hung by their foot for an entire day before the execution. All the while, the people that had once respected them would throw stones at them up until their death. Royals who committed crimes would inevitably suffer the same fate as the others, except they'd be beheaded, plain and simple, as a sign of respect due to their previous social status. Oh, look there! Why? This appears to be another one of the remnants of the auto da fe. This unlit candle represented the lack of faith of the criminals being paraded through the town. Some of the more common versions of execution were burning, for people who were accused of being witches. Some people were very creative in how they killed people. For instance, in one method of execution, they were tied to a metal wheel and then beaten to death using metal poles. And would you look at that? Here's one right here. If you think the previous executions have been bad, the worst of the executions came to the regicides, who are the people who killed kings. See, what happened to them is melted lead and boiling oil were poured on their bodies before they were drawn and quartered. Now, quartering is a method where they tie 4 horses to your limbs, your arms and legs, and they run them all in different directions so that you're split into pieces. One of these unfortunate chaps was Francis Raviolic, who had killed King Henry IV. The most famous of all of the executions during the French Revolution, however, were caused by, well, here it is, the guillotine, implemented in France during the Reign of Terror in 1789 by Mr. Guillotine. The guillotine was implemented because of the constant fear that the executioner's axe wouldn't hit its mark. This led to the killing of over 40,000 civilians in France during the Reign of Terror. Well, that's all for today on executions. See you next time on the French Revolution.